Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another day at Tottenham Hotspur. And we all know what's happened today. The news that we have all been waiting and expecting. Welcome to those of you that are jumping in. Oh dear. What a mess. What a mess, guys. I mean, it was hardly unexpected, let's be honest, but how are we all feeling? How are we all feeling today? I'm quite low vibes today, I've got to be honest. I've got to be quite low vibes. The hen do last night finished quite late and we lost an hour of sleep. So I'm kind of lagging, I'm not gonna lie. Not that I'm massively hungover or anything, but just shattered. I think just emotionally drained by all of this. I'm just checking that the stream's okay if for any reason it goes down in quality. Yeah, sadly inevitable. Hey guys jumping in. I thought we'd do something a little bit different today, actually. So look, last night I was sort of running the tapes because I was reading all of your comments over the last few videos, and the chat has turned into a lot of disagreements, shall we say that? The chat's turned into a lot of disagreements and fans going at each other, people coming for me. Look, I kind of expect it at this point. We don't all necessarily agree. And obviously moving forward now, the situation is that managerial place has to be filled going forward. So I thought we'd do something a little bit different. And so we're going to do a bit of a collab, all of us. So I need your cooperation in the chat today because we are going to try and brainstorm and try and fix Spurs. Because what I think we are at, the place where I think we're at the moment, I've said to you guys before that sometimes you have to take like the astronaut effect. In other words, the astronaut effect is when you like zoom out from a situation and you just see it for everything from this lens of like looking down on the whole situation. And if I thought 3 months ago when I started this channel, we'd be on our third manager in 3 months, I probably would have laughed in your face. I probably would have said, that's ridiculous. We're going to keep Thomas Frank. We're going to back him. But none of that transpired. And since then, we've just been on this downward spiral, which has just been, I think, just devastating for everyone because I've had comments from you guys being like, I can't listen to her anymore. She was so positive. And look, I generally am quite an optimist. And I was looping around in my head last night thinking like, we've come to this place now where we literally have analysis paralysis because the number of names that I've seen just everywhere about the managerial names is just so overwhelming. So I thought, why don't we write all those names down? Why don't we just literally write a list of all of those managerial names that we've been connected to? So I'm going to get up my screen and I'm going to use you guys in the chat to basically put together or compile a bit of a list. Hold on, let me see if this works. But I thought, could we put our heads together and shortlist or create a bit of a shortlist of who the manager might be? I don't know if that just decreased the screen at all. I'm using one screen. That might be slightly better. How am I going to do this? Maybe I just need to get the chat up somewhere else. Hold on. Okay, so I thought maybe we do. Okay, I can see some of you already. Are like writing in the chat. Yeah, so this is the problem, right? We have so many different names floating about. We have so many different conversations. And I was making a shortlist last night and I was thinking like, who realistically is on this shortlist? We have like, at this point, I can probably off the top of my head name like 20 managers that we would put on this shortlist. So hold on, let me just get up the chat. So I'm going to put a couple of names here just to kick us off. I don't know how I'm going to do this. I'm just completely winging this, guys. So let me just see how I'm going to do this. But Is this going to work? Is this going to work? I don't know if this is going to work. So I'm going to put the first name that no one wants to see on the board. Oh dear. Oh my God, guys, what have we come to? What have we come to? This list is going to be extensive. This list is going to be extensive. So, right. I thought, let's try and brainstorm. Okay, so some of you are saying Sean Dyche is obviously a name that we've heard many times as well. You'll have to excuse my spelling as well on this because, like, I'm not like the best speller. So Sean Dyche, I can see as a name that keeps coming up. Zidane. Are these realistic? Are these realistic? Poch is a name. So actually, I saw an article yesterday about Poch as well, saying that he was like not going to come back. I saw an article yesterday talking about Maurizio Pochettino and would he come back on the basis that he would also take the America job as well and do both jobs, but that looks like it's not going to happen. So Silver, some of you are saying. So this is what I mean by analysis paralysis, guys. We just have so many. Ben Davis, I put Ben Davis on the list. Let's see, Jermaine Defoe. Oh my God, guys. I think we could easily get to like 100 names. I think we could easily get to like 100 names of like managers. Robbie Keane, someone said. Yeah. Robbie Keane. Oh, Ledley. Oh, we didn't put Ledley on there. Got to have Ledley in there. Put Romero on there. I think he wants the managerial job. Oh, guys. Maresca. Is Zidane an honest Amorim? I'm taking Romero off. We don't Romero. Yeah. I've seen these names as well. I think Sheringham even put himself forward. Oh my gosh. Guys, what is happening at this club? What is happening at this club? Oh yeah, Hutter. I forgot Adi Hutter. Can everyone see the analysis paralysis? The situation that we're in? Right, I can see in the chat you guys writing. Oh yeah, Big Sam. Sarah, I'm not putting me on there. I don't want the job. I don't want the job. I do not want the job. It's too much stress. It's too much stress. It's stressful enough. It's stressful enough doing this. How many are we up to? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Are any of these managers going to come to us? Yeah, maybe Vinay wants to manage. Oh, Southgate. Are these realistic? I don't know if half of these are realistic. Neville. Oh, if I spelled Houghton wrong, it hasn't got a no, does it? Who's Soul? I'll do it. Oh dear. I mean, are these realistic? I mean, to be honest with you guys, I think whoever the manager is, we're going down. That's what I think. That's the honest truth. Are we putting Klinsmann on there? Is that a realistic Klopp? I know Klopp is a long shot, but I've seen speculation about that one. Can we do this for... Yeah, we can do it. Yep. I don't know who half of these names are. Circus Spurs, who? Sheringham doesn't want the job. Oh yeah, we haven't even put Ryan Mason on. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Guys, how many names have we got already? Can you see how crazy this is? If you were Enoch or if you were Vinay or whoever making this decision right now, I don't know. I don't know what they're thinking. I've got to be honest. Do we think they even have someone lined up? Vera the tea lady, yeah. Ted Lasso. I'm sure I've missed some. Berbatov. Crouchy. I'm sorry. Yeah, we do have to believe until the game's over. We do have to believe. Someone said, who was it? Someone said Lopetegui in the comments the other day as well. Hyun-Min Son. Harry Kane. I think Harry Kane's still playing. Oh my gosh. Stevie Wonder. Zedog. Stell. I mean, I'm only going to put realistic ones. Who else have we been linked to? Who else have we been? I'm trying to think who else we've been linked to. Is Sebastian Hoen? No, he's Sebastian Hoeneb is still Bundesliga head coach. So just to recap, the news is that the coaching staff was also gone, from what I can see, or a couple of the coaching staff, it looks like. So the announcement was, we can confirm that this has been mutually agreed for head coach Igor Tudor to leave the club with immediate effect. Rodic, Ragnacci have also left their respective roles of goalkeeping coach and physical coach. So I would imagine any coach coming in needs to bring in a couple of people on a team as well. So the suggestions need to be realistic from the sense that we're in a situation where we don't really know realistically what happens with the rest of the coaching staff, because you still need coaching staff, you know, you've still got to have backroom staff. So I'm guessing they need a new goalkeeping coach and a new physical coach, which is interesting that it's the goalkeeping coach that has also left, because our goalkeeper has been underperforming. So that's hardly surprising. They've been here for 6 weeks, guys. 6 weeks. Such a joke. We are literally the laughing stock of the Premier League. Liam Rosinia. Emma Hayes. I'd take Emma Hayes. I'd so take Emma Hayes. She is a Spurs fan as well. She's a Spurs fan. Met her at the at Bilbao. Yeah. She told us that Poch wants to come back, but not yet. Glasner. But Glasner's still in a job. Anyone that's still in a job is not going to come for 7 games. Oh, Ben Davis is ruled out. He's ruled out. We'll rule out Ben Davis. Sorry, Ben. Oh dear. Oh dear. This is the decision fatigue that we're in, just as Spurs fans right now. Yeah, not even cold yet. I mean, the funeral was last week, which I'm guessing is why there was a couple of days in between. I'm guessing there was a Gerrard. Is Gerrard a realistic option? Ledley's on the list. Gus Poyet. I don't think Gus Poyet, after what we went through yesterday, I don't think he was. Terzic is a name that I've heard a couple of times, but I don't think he wanted it. I don't think he wanted it. But we can add him to the list. We can keep this list. We can keep this list for 5 weeks' time when we sack the next guy. We're such a state, guys. It's so sad. It's actually so sad. Can't believe what's happening to our club. I know we all laugh about it, but it's just at this point, it's just a situation of like the lesser of two evils. Like we're literally looking for a needle in a haystack. Just a needle in a haystack at this point, you know? I want Ange, but no chance. Alonso. Yeah, Ben Davis is not realistically going to do it. Let's be honest. So they must need new coaching staff. What are they going to do? What are they going to do? Just like not have coaching staff? We are absolutely a circus, Ivor. We are a circus. Birkinshaw. I mean, I don't know if these are like realistic, so I'm probably not going to put them on. Pep. If we survive, it'll be miraculous. Look, at the same time, you have to say that like it is a good thing in some ways that they're making these decisions. Like they have to make these decisions. It would be even worse if they kept him. I think realistically they couldn't have kept him. They couldn't have kept him. There was no way that they could keep Igor Tudor. I mean, 6 losses out of 7. It's just, I wouldn't wish Dyche on anyone. I don't think Spurs players would flourish under him. He's a disciplinarian. Out of the 11 beat Cheatski 3-0, but 1 were available to Dyche. I'll do it. And we stay up and for free. I don't think anyone would want that kind of stress. How many names have we even put here? Leave my manager alone. Big up, Emma. Yeah. Well, she's got a managerial job, Emma Hayes. She manages the USA Women. She manages the USA Women. Although she was commentating on the England game the other night. Arsene Wenger is not coming. Luke, are you a gooner? Are you a gooner? You must be a gooner. Eddie Howe. Eddie Howe, news 5 hours ago, now among frontrunners to face imminent sack at Newcastle United. Blimey. Are Newcastle going to sack Howe? I mean, if Newcastle are going to sack Eddie Howe, then that is more of a possibility. But it depends how soon they move. Would Newcastle realistically sack him now? That would be kind of wild. That would be kind of wild if they... That would be kind of... I mean, it would be comical, but that would also be kind of wild if Newcastle sacked him now. Is that a legit... I mean, we probably need someone, realistically, who has done the relegation fight before. I don't think it's necessarily a deal breaker if they've managed in the Premier League or not before, because let's be honest, Frank was a Premier League proven manager and that did us no favors. So for me personally, I don't think that's a requirement. I don't think they necessarily but I think they need to have experience in Premier or like relegation fights, because that's like a mindset thing that they definitely need at the moment. Is Eddie Howe? Is that a true story? He was literally nominated like manager of the month. Eddie Howe. Maresca. Is he free? I mean, I can't see any of these guys coming in, to be fair, but... And this is the analysis paralysis. What other names are going around? Google Gemini. Oh dear. I don't think even Google Gemini can save us, the guys. Bring Frank back. Oh my gosh. Is Frank a serious suggestion, Jimmy? Is that a serious suggestion? I mean, if we would have kept Frank, he probably would have kept us up. But there's no way that Frank now comes back. Besides which, I don't think fans would want him. That would not be well received. The game where he was sacked after Newcastle, the boos in the stadium were unbelievable. If Frank comes back in, he'll just get booed straight back out. I think it's more realistic to say, Ange, look, you need someone who's familiar with the players, who's familiar with the club. You need someone who has had experience in a relegation fight. We need to sort out the defense. We're just making mistakes everywhere. We're just making mistakes all over the pitch. And I'm watching some of these World Cup games, and I'm like, our players aren't even in the mix. They're not even getting first picked. And I know they're friendlies. I know they're friendly games. I mean, I think Sarr got a few minutes yesterday, but look at Man United rise after Carrick. Well, they've had a drop off. The thing is, guys, is that we don't need to win every game. We're not going to find the perfect manager, as you can see by the decision fatigue and the analysis paralysis of the lists that are on the screen. But I think we just need a bit of a bounce now. Like, we just need to go and get a few points. Like, literally, that's the situation we're in. On the upside, it looks like Man City might possibly get a 40 to 60 point deduction. So that would be crazy, but then that would be at the expense of Arsenal winning the league. But I don't think now is a good time to deduct points off City, if I'm completely honest. I think City, if they're going to deduct points, they should really do it after the season finishes. They should deduct the 60 points or 40 points and do it at the beginning of next season. Because then next season, they start off minus 40, 60 points behind, and then they have a whole season to play. If they just relegate City now, it just takes away from the entire league, and then Arsenal have basically won it, and you just lose the competitiveness. Oh, yeah, Marco Rose. That's another name. Is he in a job? Is he in a job? Don't know if he's actually... Simeone? Are these managers actually going to come to Spurs? Oh, we could literally list. Guys, this list is like longer than our managerial list over the last few years. So Marco Rose is out of a job. Who else is there? I mean, Simeone is in a job. You see, someone said Simeone, he's in a job. No one's going to come for 7 games who's in a job. I know, Spursy Dave. I would have hoped that it is by now, but it's not. I would have much rather that the channel was building a community of like happy people, but no, we just keep getting worse and worse. Company, no, he won't come to Tottenham. No, we've got to have realistic. Martin Yole, he can go on the list. Not that we want him, but he is younger than Harry Redknapp. Ben and Sim, yeah, I don't think even they take the job. Yeah, just put expressions in. So many people are saying Emma Hayes. More people are saying Emma Hayes than Poch. Can you imagine the first we do set trends. We are a club that sets trends, you know. We are a club that does things for the first time. So hell, why not just have the first female manager in male football? The women's game, they just introduced the new rule that they either need to have a female coach or assistant coach. So I don't know, maybe they put that in the men's game. Neil Warnock. Oh my god. Didn't he just get a job? Ledley King's on the list. He's on the list with Jermaine Defoe. Although, look, these guys are not realistic options, are they? I mean, probably your most realistic options from this list. Your realistic options from this list so far are probably, how do I even? Probably like Hutter, Sean Dyche, probably. I don't know. De Zerbi's a name that's gone very quiet. I don't know if that was because of the backlash yesterday. That might have been. Robbie Keane was a strong link. But like, would these managers like need to bring in, you know, do they have ready-made, you know, coaching staff? This is such an expensive operation. Such an expensive operation. I wonder how much this is costing us. Heitinger left. These guys, they just get their visas. They get paid a shit ton of money, and then we just sack them. Did Harry Redknapp rule himself out? Possibly. Amarim might take the job. Fantastic. That would be something that Spurs would do. That would be something. 44 days. What is that? 40? How many days have I done this channel for? I don't think I've even been on this channel for 90 days. I don't think I've been making videos with 3 managers. So bad. Lee Carsley. I mean, he's in a job. He's in a job. I can't see that happening. I mean, they should probably just get Martin Ho to do it, to be honest. But he's coaching the Tottenham women's team, and the Tottenham women's team have got their own problems. But that just shows you it's like across the club. This whole seismic shift is happening across the club. It's affecting the women. It's affecting the youth team. Someone else said Eddie Howe. I've put Eddie Howe here, unless that was the same comment. We have to pray that City get this 60-point deduction. Yeah, but I just think it ruins the Premier League. If they get their deduction this year, I just think it ruins it. Bruno Sauter is taking training. Wait, so because it's the tweet said that the goalkeeping coach has gone. So we got other members of the coaching staff that are still coaching. Well, I mean, there must only be about 8 players that are actually there at the moment, like actually training. What a joke of a club you've become. Hi, Anne. Yeah, the sad truth is we're talking about Amarim, your old manager. That's what we've come to. Oh, dear. Land will be named interim. No. Klinsmann? Graham Roberts? Guys, I don't even know where we go from here, if I'm completely honest. I'm just looking. I mean, I would imagine it's not going to be announced just yet. What on Eddie? Oh, clickbait on Eddie Howe leaving Newcastle. Yeah, it would be wild for Newcastle to get rid of him now. Like, they've got 7 games left of the season. They're in a stable position. Like, why would they? I don't really understand. I don't think Newcastle are doing that bad. Newcastle have always struggled with like going back up and down. Like, once they get out, I mean, they're 12th. They've still got a chance. They've still got a chance of getting into Europe. Newcastle, like, they're only 7 points behind. But it would be wild if they got rid of Howe now. And would he even take the job at Spurs? I don't think so. Even if he did get fired. Bodo manager. Arne Slot. Guys. Guys, no. No. Every crisis will end in a rise. It will indeed, Ivor. It will. You know, I was thinking about this. I was thinking about this when I said, like, last night. I was thinking about it and I was like, you know, in life you go through these seasons, and like at the time I was thinking, like, if I was to run the tapes forward, I was thinking, like, if I was to run the tapes forward and in like a year's time or 5 years time, what would I be saying about this period in our history? You know, and in this period in our history, I'd be like, well, this was like a blip. We got relegated and we came back up. That would be the story that I want to write if in 10 years time we were still doing this and having this conversation, you know? Because yeah, it is. We just have to go through these periods sometimes. We're going to end up with Ben Davis. I mean, how many people are actually on this list? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 27 managers. I think if all these 27 managers came in at the same time, they couldn't save us. Oh my gosh. What have we become? What have we become? I doubt anyone will come just for 7 games. This is the point, isn't it? It's big money. It's big money. Money talks. And what is the price of relegation? The price of relegation is going to far outweigh however much we pay to the next manager. So even if they pay a manager 7 million, £1 million a game, like, they just got to do it. They just got to do it. Like, they're going to have some crazy agreement, you know, because they've got to get someone in. We've got no coaching staff. We're completely decimated. It's not like we even have stability in the dressing room, in the coaching staff, because we've changed the coaching staff so much. So it's like we're at this point now where, like, we just keep flip-flopping and we've just completely, I don't know what the word is, but we've completely decimated the structure. We've completely decimated the structure behind the dressing room. You know what I mean? Like, there's no one in the dressing room. There is no, you know, I was watching the videos from Matt Wells and I was thinking, like, what a character we've lost in our dressing room. You know, all these coaching staff that we've lost once Ange left, like, all that mentality, that mindset, it's all just gone. And that even with Ange, right? Even with Ange, and I know a lot of people don't want Ange, but even with Ange, he doesn't have a coaching team. He doesn't have a coaching team. Well, he's going to come in on his own. Like, this is the problem now. They've got to re-recruit the whole coaching staff. And we've just had 2 assistant managers. One guy was here for 3 weeks and the other guy literally just got his visa and he's already out the door. He did 1 press conference because his boss lost his father. It's just mad. Like, this could only happen to Spurs. This could literally only happen to Spurs. So many of you just need someone. So many of you are saying Emma Hayes. It's crazy. How are you? I'm okay. I'm flagging a little bit today. Had a hen party last night. So that was fun. Lots of plate smashing. Yeah, but it was a late night and we lost an hour. So been a long day. Ozzy Ardiles. Here he comes. Xavi. Which Xavi? Missed out Roy Hodgson. Is he realistic though? I can't believe I'm putting his name on the list. They're going to put his name on the list. He's not going to come. Who do I want? I don't care. I don't care. I'm over it. I'm detached. You guys are like on the Forest vlog. So many of you, like Sarah, you're laughing throughout the vlog, and it's just manic laughing. It's just manic laughing at this point because we're just so bad. I've just come to accept our fate. I've just come to accept whatever they decide now. It's their mess. The mess is bigger than whoever this manager is. That was my point when I did that very first video of Thomas Franken. Nothing's changed for me. I'm like, I don't care. I don't care about De Zerbi. I don't care about the politics behind it. You just need a guy in charge who's going to take the press conferences, who's going to lead the players out onto the pitch, who's going to instill a bit of confidence in them and get a bit of a bounce. You know, you just need someone who's going to come in and get a bounce. That's what it is. Instant impact now. And even if you get someone in and you get a point from Sunderland and a point from Leeds, you just take it. At this point, you just take it because you're not going to beat Chelsea. You're not going to beat Villa. So those are write-off games. So if you've got 7 games, who are the other teams we've got to play? Wolves. Well, we always lose against Wolves. Okay, so you take a point at Wolves. That's 3 points if you get 3 draws. And then you've got Everton last game of the season. It could all be riding on that. Everton at home last game of the season. And Everton are fighting for Europe. We've got a really tricky run. We've got sort of, who's the other team? I must have missed out one other team that we've got to play because I said 6. But realistically for me, Brighton. We play Brighton at home. Well, we're not going to beat Brighton at home, are we? So I just think you just need a manager to come in, nick a point off Sunderland, maybe a point off Brighton, and then you just sack off Wolves. Like, you just need a bounce. You literally just need the instant impact. Because if a manager comes in and loses against Sunderland, we're done. If the next manager comes in, someone's saying Mason needs to be in blue. Where is he? He probably is a bit of a standout one, isn't he? They're like probably the most realistic shortcuts. The shortcuts, realistic options. A lot of you are saying Chris Houghton. Yeah, I said that Harry was in the jungle. The jungle was pre-recorded. It's only the replay that's live. Who will manage Spurs with 7 games to go? This is the point. We just literally need a bounce. City are in a false position anyway. The league is already ruined. Well, we know the league is ruined. The managers or former managers for Tottenham have the shortest managerial jobs this season. Ange 39 days and Tudor 44 days. Gosh. Yeah, Southgate's on there, but I don't think we'd realistically take Southgate. Realistically, we're not going to take any of these. It's like, who wants to come? Lots of deep breaths. Yeah. Yeah, it's decision. Look, there's no one name. We've all got decision fatigue. We've all got analysis paralysis because there's too many names and none of them realistically are going to win us a game. That's the truth. None of them are realistically going to come in. Ten Hag, we're going to put Ten Hag in there. I mean, Alonso's not going to come. I mean, I'll put him there, but he's not going to come. We're just naming like available managers now, aren't we? Yeah, it does. I tell you, Amarim would come. Amarim would come. What was 400 million? I don't know what 400. Is that the relegation projections? It's currently changing. It would all depend on sponsorships and everything. But like, it's sad that we're even talking that way. It's sad that we're not even looking at it through this lens of like, oh, we can just get another manager bounce, because we haven't had a manager bounce. I think deep down inside of us all, like, we just know how bad we are. it is depressing going to games. And I know there's fans out there who are like, stop going to games, but that's just not how football works, unfortunately. Bring back Ange. Yep. Well, it would be the greatest season 3 comeback in history if he came back. Can you imagine if he came back and went on a bounce at the end of the season? Oh my gosh, that'd be wild. If he won us, like if he came in and like won like the last 7 games. This is the thing about Ange. I know so many people don't want him. I know we finished 17th, but he knows the players. That's the thing. You need someone who knows the players. The problem with Ange is he doesn't have coaching staff. We need someone. Why has he been announced? No, it hasn't been announced that quickly, is it? No, that can't be. That can't have been that quick. Spurs don't move that quick. We're going to be discussing this for the next week, guys. It wasn't my hen, guys. It wasn't my hen. It's my friend's hen. It wasn't my hen. Oh, bye, Systemic Frog. Oh, Hodgson is out. Hodgson has a job. Even he won't come to Spurs. Crossing him off the list. Oh, I'm a firm believer in no games are write-offs. I love your optimism, Danny. I love your optimism. Our biggest challenge is we've got no identity. As a club, we've lost all identity. That is at the heart of all of this. Our club has just collapsed. We've just had a systemic collapse. Good afternoon. Welcome. Martin Ho. Yeah, I said Martin Ho, but he's just signed a new contract with the women's team. And look, they need all the help they can get right now. He's not gonna switch to the men's side. Plus, it's probably very different. Well, it might not be that different, but you're in such a bad relegation fight, realistically. Nuno might be an option. He's in a job. He's not going to come. Besides which, Nuno is going to save West Ham. Nuno's going to save West Ham. He's not going to jump ship to come to us, a club that fired him. Not going to happen. But it just says it all, doesn't it? Isn't that like the most Spursy thing ever? Nuno, he comes to Spurs. We don't like him. We fire him. He goes to West Ham, and now we're both in a relegation fight. And he's going to keep West Ham up. Like, that's the irony. That is the irony in all of this. Got 2 weeks to sort it out. I don't even think we have 2 weeks, if I'm completely honest. I think we have a week. Because we're not in the FA Cup, so they need a few days. They need a few days to turn this around. And the worst part of all of this is our first game, Sunderland. We're not even going to have our first choice goalkeeper. First choice goalkeeper's just had a minor surgery. Oh my gosh. We need surgery. This whole club needs surgery. I'm hearing an announcement is scheduled for 8 p.m. tonight. According to who, Pro-S? According to who? Is this true? 8 p.m. tonight, an announcement? Nah. Tottenham don't move that quick. We don't move that quick. I think they probably, to be honest with you, I think they probably would have fired Tudor earlier if the situation with his father didn't happen. They probably would have. Someone saying Graham Potter. I mean, he's in a job. You've got just as much chance getting Potter out of Sweden as you do Poch out of... I mean, I'll put him there. But then I'm not crossing him out. He's as likely... Graham Potter is as likely as Poch. And at this point, you might as well just get Poch. I don't think any amount of money gets him out of the World Cup, to be honest. Yeah, exactly. Potter is Sweden manager. He's not going to come to us. Agent Ange. Yeah, remember to like, hype. This channel deserves it. Yeah, well, thank you. I mean, I'm trying. We're getting there. I am watching my videos back, and I am like giving myself personal feedback. And my pronunciation on a lot of things could be better, but I appreciate you guys writing in the comments when my pronunciation is awful. Being English, we only speak one language, and I wish I'd paid more attention in some other language classes at school, but other than French, my pronunciation is awful. Agent Ange to Deck Agent Vinay. They're not going to get Ange back because they want to save face. They want to save face. I don't know if I don't think they're sabotaging games. I just think the morale is just so bad. We've recruited so badly. We just have like a complete squad of like European nobodies. Like they just can't play football. We miss James Maddison so bad. We miss James Maddison so bad. I cannot wait. Like there's no one player that's going to come in and save us. But like if there is a player that I want to come in to at least like give us a bit of entertainment, it would be James Maddison, because at least he plays entertaining football. And the fact that James Maddison might come back before Kulu is just wild. Like Kulu has been out for so long. I know. When I started this channel, I was so positive. I know. It's because I've been to like 10 games on the bounce where we've lost. That's why. That will do it to you. When you go to like 10 games on the bounce where you've lost, actually, it's 13 games we haven't won. 13 games in a row we haven't won. So that would do it to you. Even the most positive, that would do it to you, you know? And I am still positive. I am still optimistic. Like optimistic in the sense of like, even if we go down in life, you don't get what you want. You get what you need, you know, frankly. And what this club needs is a reset. And maybe championship would be the way to get the reset that we need. You know what I mean? Like realistically, how else are we going to get a reset? Sherwood, some of you are saying Sherwood. See, this is the thing, guys. We've got so many names on the board. We've got so many names on the board. It's like 30 names there, and no one can agree on any of them. No one really wants any of them, except for maybe the two names that I'm seeing in the chat that are most common. Adaish, Poch, Big Ange, and Houghton. They're like the big names that you guys keep saying. It sounds like De Zerbi's been completely blackballed from our list. From what I'm seeing, no, not one person has said De Zerbi. Oh, wait, hold on. De Zerbi won't take. First person I saw, but De Zerbi won't take. Oh, thank you for liking, subscribing. Appreciate all the love. I wish it was in better times. I do. I wish we could win a game. I wish I'd started this channel and we like backed Frank, and we like, not that I like Frank, but like just kept until the end of the season, stayed up, just recruited better, brought in more players, and we wouldn't be having this conversation. But no, they couldn't do it, could they? They couldn't do it. The fans lost their heads. Tell us about the Hindu. It's got to be more interesting than Spurs. Oh dear. Yeah. Well. It was a fun night. No, she's not Greek. We just went to a Greek place. Even if we get De Zerbi in the summer, he's bound to go against the board. I just think that there's been so much backlash about De Zerbi. I mean, I've never had so much divisiveness in comments after the De Zerbi video that I did yesterday. And no one even watched the World Cup video that I did. No one. I was like, oh, just no one's clearly interested in the World Cup games. No one's interested in how players are doing at the World Cup. That's how dire we are. Everyone's just checked out. It will be Chris Hughton. A lot of you are saying Chris Hughton. A lot of you are saying. Can you imagine if this is what they're doing in their back room? Can you imagine if the board is sitting around the table, like with the whiteboard up, like I am here, being like, right, guys, just shout your names out, just like getting a mobile pen, like, all right, guys, this is probably what they're doing. And then they're going, right, okay, what's the criteria? Well, they need to have coaching staff. They need to have Prem experience. They need to have a relegation experience. So realistically, out of that list, who's in the conversation? Harry Redknapp. Like, that's the name that stands out. Martin Yole, maybe. They're probably the two closest ones, but they don't have coaching team behind them. Like, they're going to be scrambling right now. And the other problem that we have as well is if you bring in an international manager, you also have to count into the fact that you probably have to, first of all, pay extra transfer fees, pay like what's it called, visa fees, like all of that stuff just like comes along with it. So it's like more admin, more delays. Like, you'd be better to take someone who is already got their residency or got a visa in the UK. That would make most sense, but I don't know how many. Oh, someone's correcting my spelling. Where is it? Glenn Hoddle. I don't think he comes. Thank you very much, Choppy. You have the most amazing teeth. Thanks. I wish I could smile more. Nothing to smile about these days, just manic laughing at ourselves at how bad we are. Oh, dear. Roy Keane. God. Roy Keane, Gary Neville, they're not coming. Decky. Do you know what? I was watching the video of Decky. You know, he posted the video yesterday. Well, I know some of you here don't necessarily follow like a lot of social media, but Decky reposted the clip of him with the World Cup squad in the Sweden dressing room. And he was like, you know, I'm hungry, let's see. And I was thinking last night, like, we are so hungry. We are so starved of a win. Like, and when he said, let's eat, I'm thinking like, no one's even cooking in the kitchen. We are cooking nothing. Like, the lights are off. There's no chef. We have nothing. And Decky's not even there. He's not even hungry anymore, Decky. He's just gone. James Maddison ain't saving us. No, I disagree. I mean, I don't think he's saving us, but I think he's underrated. I think James Maddison's underrated. Underrated in the sense that he's a creative midfielder, and we are lacking creativity. We are lacking so much creativity right now. It's a joke. We have no creativity. Nothing in the squads that could like look like it wins us a game. It's as bad as watching England in that friendly, which is like a mishmash of just players. So I think we've basically named pretty much all the managers. Sarah, going down is not a reset. That sends the club backwards. So what I would say to this is sometimes you've got to think of it like a slingshot. So if you imagine a slingshot is like you pull it back and you like let go and it goes flying. So like the relegation would be like when you're pulling it back and then you go off flying. You know, you have to remember, like, clubs like City have been relegated in the last 26 years, like more recently than we have. And look how they've come back. Sometimes you need that slingshot, you know, you need to like pull it back so that you can expand and create more room for growth. Because at the moment, we're not growing anywhere. We're not expanding. The club is just contracting in on itself. And so one of the ways out of that is, yeah, you need to pull back. And look, I don't think the championship is the answer, but it's at this point, it's just whatever happens, you know, just like whatever trajectory it's going to take, it's like meant to be that way. You know, we can't really expect any more. You know, I think if we got relegated, most people would be like, yeah, we saw that coming. Like, I don't think people would be like, oh, that's a massive surprise because our form has just been so bad. What am I doing a poll on? I've actually never done a poll, so I don't know how to do it. Hold on. What am I doing a poll on? Who's the next manager? Aston Villa came back stronger. Yeah, exactly. We need to get a minimum of 4 points. Yeah, that's exactly why I said we need to just get a few draws. If you have a manager bounce, you can't afford to lose that game against Sunderland. But the trajectory we're on, you wouldn't expect us to win it. If you can draw them, draw Brighton, I think you've got a few. You could get a few points back. But is it going to be enough? I don't know. Put your teeth on a separate channel. I don't know. Oh dear. Man City would have been a yo-yo club if it wasn't for the money. Yeah, but that's exactly the point. This is exactly the point, guys. Like, if we got relegated, it would literally be a case of you need more investment. So they would either have to force Levy to sell his stake to bring in an investor who can invest, because they need someone who's going to put money into the club. Daniel Levy is not putting any more money into this club. He's not. Levy might. The Lewis family might, but Levy won't. And so you need to get him off. You need to get him out the shareholdings. You need to get Levy out of the shareholdings so you can bring in owners who will put money into the club. Otherwise, yeah, we're basically going down. So Man City had a lot of a big cash injection, and it probably would be one of the things that would help us repair the squad. But yeah, it's not going to come from Levy. So you might as well get him to leverage his stake and try and sell his stake before Enix sell. Oh, surprised you ain't said Steve Cooper. Is he going on the list? Is he in a job though? I think he's in a job. Steve Cooper's in a job. No one that's in a job is going to come to us. No, I don't think so. I don't know what I'm doing a poll on. The 5 names that have been shortlisted. Shall I try it as my first poll? Let's see what people are saying. Bear with me, because I actually don't know how to do a poll. How do I do a poll? I should have looked into how to do a poll before. This is what a novice I still am. You guys are like, oh, you're an expert at this YouTube thing. I'm like, I literally don't know. Villa are better run. When did Villa get relegated? Was it 10 years ago now? I think it was 10 years ago. It must have been about 2016, no? How do I do a poll? Sorry, guys, I'm looking how I can do it. I'm such a novice. Oh, hold on. I don't know. It says press the plus sign near the chat box, but there's no chat box. There's the plus sign. I'm not seeing a plus sign. I'm not seeing a plus sign. I don't know. Amanda Staveley's buying Spurs. Are they really? Are they really? Well, we did hear rumours of that. It would be interesting to see whether they take over Levy's stake. Mango Juice. What's the better odds? Kane winning Ballon d'Or or us staying up? Probably Kane. Probably Kane. Yeah, we have had, I've done a few videos on the whole Amanda Staveley conversation. I have done videos on it. It wouldn't be impossible. It could be likely. The thing is, though, these managers are all like, they're in jobs. Like, I just can't see. I can't see a manager leaving who's like, you need someone who's like literally out of a job, you know. You need someone who's out of a job who, yeah, would just take something for 7 games. You go down and all bets are off. Look at Oldham, Wednesday and Reading. You don't need the grief. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. The discrimination is just because of his name, but like whatever. And I mean, I guess people would say he doesn't have experience as well in the Premier League. Yeah. It is indeed down to the players, I don't think. It's Mason. We all know it's Mason. Yeah, so the thing is, you've got to think as well, right? Because we're operating on this like loss of a budget, which we'll find out for sure in a couple of days. But obviously, I did a video on that a couple of days ago. You've got to think as well, like if you're going to get a manager out of a club, you're also going to have to pay their exit fees. So to get a manager out of a job, I mean, I don't remember how much we paid Frank to get Frank out of Brentford, but I think it was like millions. So to get a manager out now, with 7 games to go of the season and everyone's competing for something, you'd end up just spending so much money. They'd end up spending so much money to try and get people out, and like, so you'd spend money getting the manager out, but getting the manager to sign a contract for 7 games, bringing in the coaching staff, transfer fees, visas, all the rest of it. And you have 2 weeks until our next game. What am I sipping on? Tea. But I probably need something stronger. I can't work out how to do a poll. So we're going to have to go without a poll, and I have to look into it. Because it's saying to add the plus button, but there is no plus button. Sean Dyche's favourite. To be honest with you guys, I don't know if I even care. I don't know if I even care. I just want to see him win a game. So sad. Gosh. Board needs to have their phone number. They wouldn't know how to get in touch with. We don't even have a sporting director. We don't even have a sporting director. Forget like people on the board who know football. We don't even have a sporting director to turn to. Like, who are they turning to for ideas right now? Like, I would imagine their shortlist is like very similar to ours. But like, what are they doing? Do you know what I mean? Like, how are they they're just literally gonna be sitting in the boardroom like we've just done. And they're just literally going to brainstorm a whole load of names, and they're going to be like, right, guys, which of these is available? Who costs this amount of money? Who's going to be able to communicate with the players? You know, who's going to speak English? It's still not giving me the option to do a poll. Stupid thing. But yeah, they're literally just going to be sitting there, aren't they? They're going to be sitting there in their back room. Oh, Lange, what do you think? I don't know, Vinay. What do you think? I know. Let's call Nick. He's got a better idea. He's the owner of the club. Let's put it back on him. They're just going to be pushing back. This is why Nick Busher is so involved in everything. He was a silent partner before because Levy did everything. Now he's probably getting all the pushback from Vinay and Lange because they're like, we don't want to be responsible for this. Like, it wasn't our remit. We haven't even got a sporting director. So like, do we even get a sporting director now? Like, they must, like, is that a job? Is that a job that they fill first, to get a sporting director who also knows about the backroom staff and who's needed? Christian Gross is free. Need to hire Arsenal set piece coach. We don't have a problem with our set pieces, man. We don't have a problem with our set pieces. We have a problem with creativity and stop conceding goals and scoring from open play. Ancelotti, yeah, they're not coming. Worrying times for Spurs. It is, Richard. It is very much a worrying time for Spurs. Do you know what? This is more dramatic, Phoenix, than EastEnders. There is more drama at Spurs. We are such a dramatic club. Oh, why are we like this, guys? Why are we like this? Why are we like this? I'd take any of the managers on the board right now, honestly, and none of them are going to win us a game. 13-8 Spurs relegated. Wow. Wow. Yeah. I mean, I guess Forest will probably stick with their manager, I'd imagine. I'd imagine Forest will stick with their manager. Eat misery, yeah. That's what it feels like. Well, I haven't quite cracked the code of how to do a YouTube poll, but just not liking it. Not liking it. Oh, I need to do a plugin, apparently. Maybe I can do that. Oh, no, it's just too much effort. Too much effort. I'm going to have a look how to do it for next time. Bring Ange back. The whole Ange thing is so divisive. I'm actually surprised it is so divisive, you know? Because I can see it from both sides. I can see it from both sides. It's really funny. Whenever I say the name Ange, people leave the chat. People leave the chat. They're like, nope, we don't want to hear about Ange. But you've got to look at it from the players' perspectives, you know? You've got to look at it from the players' perspectives. Would the players play for him? Would the players play for him? And I think, yeah, the players would. It's not a surprise. Who do you think will be bottom 3 come next game? Probably Spurs. I'm not even going to beat around the bush. Probably Spurs. Because Forest are now above us. And West Ham have Leeds at home. Oh, no, that's in the Cup. That's in the FA Cup. They play Wolves. Yeah, West Ham play Wolves at home. And we play Sunderland away. So what do you guys think? Who do you think will be in the bottom 3? Maybe we should spin that and be like, who do you think will be 17th? That's more optimistic. Do you know what, guys? In truth, with this whole relegation thing, like, I know it's very self-deprecating, and I completely agree. It is self-deprecating, right? But on the flip side of that, would we rather go through another season of this? Because this is, I know last year we weren't really in a relegation fight because we were like 16 points clear, but like we still finished 17th. So sometimes I think to myself, like, would I rather sit through another season next season where we literally lose every single game and we have to fight our socks off not to be relegated again? Or would I rather we just get relegated, get it over and done with, rebuild, force the board to sell, and then get new investment and hopefully that we just bounce back up. Like that would be, yeah. Someone said, Chopper said, please beat Sunderland. Who do you support, Choppy? Who do you support? Because to be honest with you, Sunderland beat Newcastle. And Newcastle beat us 2-0. We haven't won a game. Why are you being so negative? Because we haven't won in 13 games. We haven't won in 13 games. We had a manager who was playing defensive football. We spent too long beating around the bush and sacking him. We got another manager who was supposed to have a manager bounce. He did nothing. We still have injuries. The morale of the squad is low. They're not clicking. There's no synergy. No one has any fight. No one has any heart. Like, that's what it is. That's what it comes down to. The players just don't look like they're fighting for it. The players don't look like they're fighting for it. You need to go on Spurs TV. Is that as in Sean's Spurs talk show, or as in We Are Tottenham TV? I don't know if Sean's live today. He's always on it, isn't he? Sean's always on it. Yeah, we are. We're still in limbo. This is the problem. What is the aim for Tottenham next season? Exactly. This is the point, right? Like, we're in a position now where it's like, well, we're damned if we do and we're damned if we don't. Because if we stay up, what is the incentive for them to restructure, you know? And we're going to find out in the finances that let's say hypothetically we stay up, right? Let's just play it out, right? Run the tapes forward. You stay up. We finish 17th and we scrape it. We scrape it up on goal difference. So you don't lose the 250 million. But what would happen is if we are still making 125 million pound loss, which is currently projected, without relegation, just the loss in itself, it's over 125 million. Let's say Enoch put in 100 million, or the Lewis Trust put in 100 million at the beginning of last year. So you're making a deficit of about 30 million, let's say, right? You'd still have to have another cash injection to buy more players this summer. And if Enoch have already put in 250 million in the last 3 years, and the Lewis family have put in 250 million, and Levy is not invested in the club anymore, you need to get his shares. They need to buy out his shares. And if they don't have money to invest, they need to get someone in who can invest. Because next year, yeah, you need a rebuild. We need a complete rebuild from ground up. You need to bring in someone like Poch, who will unite the fans, who will give him a bit of grace and understanding if we were to go into a season and lose like the first 10 games or something ridiculous, because I think they'd still keep Poch. It wouldn't be like a Frank scenario because Poch is tried and tested. And as much as some people don't want to go back to our old manager, I do think that people would be a bit more forgiving of Poch. Like, you wouldn't have people shouting Poch out after 5 games if we lost 3 of them. I don't think. Maybe I'm wrong on that because our fan base have become so jaded. They just boo any manager at this point. We just boo everyone. Like, everyone's just so frustrated. They just boo everyone. But I think Poch gets a bit more grace. And I think that you probably just need to get him in and you just need to rebuild from ground up. Like, what's the point of getting De Zerbi this summer? We all know how that's going to go. Like, there's no point getting De Zerbi whatsoever. For me personally, like, forget the politics of it. I just think that the type of character that he is, it doesn't really suit us. So, yeah. So I did do a video on that, Richard, and it was about 350. It's not actually 359. It's actually 250, roughly. But because we are making 128 million pound loss, it's basically the gap that you need to bridge. So it's not necessarily you lose that amount, but we are already making 120 million pound loss. So that's why the gap is so big, if that makes sense. Even Burnley fans think Parker's football is boring. Oh, yeah, Scott Parker. Someone mentioned that in the chat. Didn't put him on there. He didn't go on the list, but he is a name that's been floating around. Seen that name. At least you don't have VAR in the Championship. You know, Richard, a few people have said that to me, but that can be for better or worse. That could be for better or for worse. In the Championship, Poch wouldn't manage it in the Championship. Who would? And then do you succession plan, or do you plan for a scenario where you bounce back up in the first year? Do you take an Eddie Howe? We had such a joke. If Scott Parker worked as a long-term project manager, I'd love to see it. Yeah, that name, I saw it on the video yesterday, Scott Parker. A couple of people said I don't really care. I just think it's like been and gone. You can tell I'm like apathetic. You can tell I'm like, this is Sunday fever. It doesn't really matter whether we're down if we do, we're down if we don't. We've got 40 names on the board. None of them are perfect. None of them are ideal. They're all going to cost millions of pounds, and the players don't really care at the end of the day anyway. Or they do care and they're just not good enough. I mean, Sarr had a great game yesterday for Senegal. He played 10 minutes and he had 10 passes and 10 accurate passes at that. So how can you get behind Spurs if the players are getting booed? I mean, I personally don't boo the players. Last game, there was a lot of booing, but it was booing the ref. And I think that was misconstrued about booing the players. We were not booing the players, they were booing the ref. But I think sometimes on TV, sometimes people misunderstand like the situation when you're watching it from afar. But I can tell you, having been in the stadium, we were booing the ref because the ref was still on the pitch going into half time. And he made some really poor decisions in the first half. So the ref got booed off. There are games where players have been booed, but it's not really booing. It's more like nervous frustration. So in the sense that like Vicario goes to take a free kick and everyone's like, ugh, and like the whole stadium kind of like erupts in this sort of nervous energy. And it's not booing, but it's like, it's almost like projecting this idea that we're going to concede a goal, because there's just a feeling among everyone now, because it's become such a pattern that we go through this cycle of games after games where you can see the goals conceded before they actually happen now. And so there's this like general feeling amongst the stadium, you know, and that like spills onto the pitch. And so sometimes it can come across as booing. Sometimes it's like booing the manager. Sometimes it's booing the ref. So I think it gets very misconstrued. And I think from my perspective anyway, at least, like if you go to the games, let me know in the comments if you think that the players are being booed, or if you go to the stadium and you are booing the players. But look, last game, they had a parade. They had a parade for the players. So, and it's someone put in the comments, a lot of rival fans were putting in the comments saying like, it's times like these where you find out who your real fan base is, because they're the ones who go through thick and thin, you know, like the ones that were left. I didn't go to the parade, for example, but I stayed until the final whistle. So my way of supporting the team isn't to go and clap and cheer into a parade, but I will, you know, I wouldn't typically stay to the end of a game like that. But, you know, I just felt, I don't know, for some reason, I just felt the need. And I just kind of had this feeling that it might have been Tudor's last game. So we just kind of stayed until the end, you know, but it was through gritted teeth, to be completely honest. Yeah, no point. Yeah, it's true. Would you take Rosinia? No, he's a clown. He's a joker. We're already a laughing stock. We are already a laughing stock. The last thing we need is our players to respect the ball. We have no respect. They're not going to respect the ball, our players. Literally. Can't respect the ball. They don't respect each other. They don't respect anything about this club. They don't respect the board. They don't respect whatever coach comes in. And Rosinia, they just laugh in his face, I think. I don't even think that's realistic. Plus, he's at Chelsea. So you'd have to pay Chelsea mad money to get him out. Like, we're just not going to pay Chelsea mad money to get him out. It's just not going to happen. Not going to happen. You can make profit from player sales, like 300 to 400 million if you go down. So I did do, as I said before, I did do a video on the real cost of relegation. You're not going to get 300-400 million from our players. You're not going to get it. You're not going to get it. You're talking about, on average, let's say 400 million you want to get back and you sell 12 players, you're talking about 34 million pound per player. Well, I can't think of half of our squad that's worth more than 20 million, let alone 30 million. Dragusin doesn't sell for 30 million. Kinski doesn't sell for 30 million. I don't even think Vicario goes for more than 40 million. Like, realistically, the players that probably go for 40, maybe Mickey, maybe Romero, but even Romero, there's talks of him being sold for like 25, 30. I just can't see how many of our players go for over 40. Bergval, he's not going to go for over 40. It sounds easier than it actually is. You know, Tell's not going to go for 40 million. Odebear's not going to go for 40 million. You'd be lucky to get 40 million for Solanke. Mwani's on loan. Paulinia's on loan. Danso, you're not going to get 40 million. I mean, look at our squad. Look at maybe you make a bit back on Udogi, maybe, but he's so injury prone. Like, think about it. Like, think how many players in our squad can you name that are worth more than 40 million, guys? Anyone? Not even Gallagher. Exactly. Half of that. I think we'd be lucky to get 150 million. I can't see any of our players that are realistically worth that, honestly. I mean, even Son, this is why we sold Brennan Johnson when we did. This is why we sold Brennan Johnson when we did, because we almost got our money back for him. Can you imagine if we sold him at the end of the season, we wouldn't get 18. 200 to 250. Yeah, I think you're looking near. You're going to need to keep a lot of players. You're going to need I say going to, as if it's already happened. We would, if that worst case scenario happened, you would need to keep half of your players, 100%. You'd keep your Archie Grays, you'd keep your James Maddisons, or you'd have to keep James Maddison. Like, these players are in contract, right? The players are in contract. They can't just get up and leave whenever they want. It doesn't work like that. You know? Here, look. Let me see if I can get this up. Hold on. Okay, so let me get it up. Okay, so who was it who said we'd get 350 million? I don't know who it was in the chat that just said that. But realistically, this is currently where we're at the moment. I mean, look, 265 transfer sum, 265 million euros. And that's the arrivals that we spent coming in. So Vuskovic, he probably wouldn't even stay. We'd make good money on him. Xavi Simons, we bought for 65 million. I don't think he goes for 65 million now. Can everyone see that, or is it a bit small? Anyone mentioned Sonny as temporary manager? Yeah. So you've got Conor Gallagher, 40 million. Well, he won't go for 40 million. That's euros. Someone who said 300 to 400 million, right? You're talking about, in pounds, you're talking about, on average, 35 million pounds a player, right? Kudus, he was 60, but you'd probably keep him. Tell, he wouldn't go for 30 million pounds. Danso wouldn't go for 30 million. I mean, Sousa you'd keep. Kota Takai can't even get in the Japan squad. He's injured. Kota Takai. I don't think Kota Takai is even playing in the championship. No, he's in Germany, isn't he, Takai? I don't think he's starting for in Germany either. Paulinho, he's on loan. Yang Min Hyuk, they're on loan. So you'd basically bring back Yang Min Hyuk, you'd bring back Manor Solomon, you'd bring back Ashley Phillips, and you'd bring back Dane Scarlett, and that would be our squad. Solanke, maybe you'd get 40 million for Solanke, maybe. Kinski was 16 million euros. He's 10 million pounds. You're not going to get 10 million pounds after what he did. You'd be lucky to get 8. This is what I mean. You've just got such dross. Maddison, we paid 46 million euros. Mickey was 40 million euros. I mean, they're talking about Mickey being 100 million pounds. I can't see that. Porro was 40 million. Even he wouldn't be 40 million pounds now. You know, how many? Look at how low our players are being paid. Richie was probably one of our most expensive, 58 million. You wouldn't get 40 million for him now. I don't think we make back 350 to 400, 350, or was it 300 to 350 million from selling our players? I don't think we do. From a finance perspective, I think the way that you do it is you do what United have done. You streamline the operations. You have to fire a lot of staff, and you have to cut operation costs. That's the way that I see it. To get out of this, they need to streamline the costs, because your players, you're not going to get back 300 million. You're just not. I think you'd be lucky to, and you need to keep half the squad. You need to keep half the squad. It's FIFA money. It's not real life. Yeah, I can't see it happening. Will these players play in the championship? Well, Choppy, they'd have to. They'd have to play in the championship. You've got no choice. They're in contract. They signed the contract. They're the ones that got us in this mess. Only Van de Ven would go for 40 million. Romero, no way. Yeah. Missed out on Eze. No, we didn't miss out on Eze. You need more than Eze to fix this problem. We ain't down yet. Yeah. Can't believe it's 6 o'clock and it's still light outside. How amazing. I don't know if I need to put the light on. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, I do think whoever you bring in, unless it's an ex-player like Poyet, it's probably worth considering an ex-player with Defoe as assistant manager, so that there's at least someone close to the club. Maybe. I don't know if it's necessarily good that they're close to the club. I mean, what does it realistically say? I mean, those are the names we listed collectively. Over about 300 of you, 400 of you were on here at one point. And yeah, we went through a lot of names, and pretty much all the names were saying those 4 in blue or purple, 5 names. Ryan Mason, Sean Dyche, Robbie Keane, Chris Hutton, and Addy Hutter. They're the names that have been repeatedly said, I think. And unfortunately, I can't do a poll. So we ship our debts offshore as well. We just do it differently. No relegation release clauses. From what we've heard, the players have a relegation clause in their contract saying that if they were to be relegated, then their salaries would go down. But in terms of like leaving the club, I would imagine the only player that negotiated that would be someone like Gallagher, maybe Romero, because he renewed last year. But players like Mickey, they wouldn't have had it in their contract. Why would they have put it in his contract? He signed like 3 years ago. They wouldn't have put it in then. It's only 5 o'clock. No, mate, it's not, Richard. It's not. Wake up. British summertime, baby. We are 1 hour ahead. We are 1 hour ahead. Clocks went forward last night. You lost an hour of sleep. You only think it's 5 o'clock. It's 6 o'clock. Yeah, you've lost an hour. You've lost an hour of your day, Richard. I'm sorry to break it to you. It's summer. Well, it's not summer. It's spring. It's spring. Igor Tudor didn't make it to summer, unfortunately. When Newcastle got relegated, they only lost Michael Owen. Yeah, well, unfortunately, we're not Newcastle. And we don't have players who are loyal to the badge. We have no players who are loyal to the badge. You'd keep Dane Scarlett, and he would be our hot striker in the Championship. Dane Scarlett, Manuel Solomon, they're Championship. Ashley Phillips, they're Championship level. You would get the full money up front. It would be spread over 5 years, so the 300 million be 60 million a season. Yeah, but we're talking about a situation where you would automatically lose 250 million in just sponsorship rights and television rights and just getting demoted to the Championship, plus accounted for 150 million for which you're already in, or I'm being melodramatic. It's more like 120 million from what we've heard. So 60 million pound a season for PSR is not enough, even with parachute payments. I think it takes a couple of seasons in the Championship, doesn't it? Because the rules don't necessarily apply in your first year. But as we were saying, if you haven't seen that video that I did about the real cost of relegation, or you didn't watch all of it, towards the end, I was talking about some of the loans that are due back in 2028. Some of our bank loans that we've taken out, or the board have taken out, is to be paid back in 2028. So they basically have to leverage more debt. They'd have to leverage more debt to basically get out of this mess, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but obviously it's better if you have a buyer who's cash rich, because you don't want to take on more obligations, because you'd probably at this point have really high interest rates. So then you'd just be stacking interest rates on interest rates. And for a long-term project, as a football club, that's not really sustainable. Like the business model wouldn't be sustainable. It's not sustainable as it is, as we're seeing now, because over the last 5 years, it's got progressively worse. So, yeah. Yeah, big up, Chris. Thank you. Thanks for the support, guys. Scarlett's not great. Yeah, but he might be good in the Championship. Oh, dear. Yeah, I mean, Hibernian haven't had the best, have they? Best season. He's not even starting for them, I don't think. Oh, dear. As a Spurs fan, at least we don't lose to Man City. I mean, Man City have lost to a lot of teams of late. They drew to West Ham, they dropped points. They drew to West Ham and dropped points. Like, so Spurs. They drew to Forest and they dropped points. So you could say, oh, Spurs are amazing. We don't lose to Man City. But Forest and West Ham are thinking the same thing. And we're all in the same fight. So all three of us fighting for relegation. The only team we got a point off of was City. That doesn't benefit any of us, because we would rather City win the league than Arsenal. But look, I can see there's some greeners in the chat. We know that you've basically won the league. But I think for most of us, look at the problem that we have. Our third manager in 2 months. Our third manager in 2 months. 44 days. 44 days Igor Tudor was here. Valentine's Day. Well, that romance lasted a long time, didn't it? They told us to renew the vow. I think the lesson in all of this is don't get married if you're not sure. Don't sign the contract unless you're sure. Unless there's a release clause. Prenup. Yeah, if you get fired, you get paid out. Prenup from Spurs. Seems to this is what we keep giving out to our managers. It's just like, yeah, breaking down the contracts and just paying everyone up. I mean, I think Ollie Skip would probably get a game, if I'm honest. British Spurs time, yeah. How many players will jump the sinking ship next season? I don't know. Look, it's still possible. It's still possible that we pick up points. It is still possible. I think we have to get a point from Sunderland, though. Now we fired Tudor. Oh no, sorry. We haven't fired Tudor. We've parted ways with Tudor. Now that we have parted ways with Tudor, now is the time where we see, you know, what I guess their decision is next, and whether we can get a couple of points for the rest of this season from the games the rest of this season. That's realistically what you've got to hope for. You just got to hope for a manager bounce, as I said. Manager bounce, you get you I mean, it's ridiculous, but you win against Sunderland. That's what the ideal scenario would be. You take the pressure off a little bit, and then you have to win another couple of games. But we just need a bounce. If the new manager loses 3 games in a row, he'll be sacked as well. I don't know about that. It's not impossible. How many games was Stellini in charge for? How many games was Stellini in charge? He wasn't in charge for very many games. Stellini was 4 matches. Stellini was 4 matches in that 22-23 season, and then Mason took over for the final 6 games. I mean, Stellini had 1 point on average. We've got 30 points from 31 games, guys. 30 points from 31 games. We have less than 1 point per game. Like, seriously, Spursy Dave, you were asking me why I'm so pessimistic. That's why, 30 points from 30 games. It's ridiculous. That's not even a point a game. It's crazy. Wait. Have we just got a new manager? Is this a joke? Bruno Salter. Oh, they're just saying that he's... They let Salter go? He was the assistant, right? Was he let go? So they've kept Salter. Oh. So they're just going to make him like caretaker manager or something. He must be sort of like interim until they can put a name on it. I'm just looking. I mean, he was Tudor's assistant, but he works with Tudor, so I don't see why he'd stay without him. Guys, this is so bad. Look at this. Just looking now. The where is it? Oh, that's annoying. It's gone down. But you've got Tudor 0.57. 0.57. .57 points. Frank 1.29. Ryan Mason did do a better job than Tudor, but with this squad, I'm not sure. Mason again, he got a bit of a tune out of them in 21. I mean, Sherwood was only in for, well, 6 days, and then he's 141 days, 26 games. Martignol. Yeah, these Santini. God, this is like history repeating all over itself, isn't it? I mean, look how many managers we've had under Enoch. It's a joke. What was it? 1, 2. We're on 20 managers. Is that 20 managers? 20 managers. 20 managers. 20 managers, and we've shortlisted between us about 30. So 70 names. And we still haven't won anything. Except Big Ange, who won a trophy. Big Ange winning a trophy. Sarah, you seem to attract a lot of non-Spurs fans to your vlogs. Yeah, do you know what it is, Dominic? I think that it's a combination of Spurs fans checking out. I think a lot of Spurs fans have checked out. The ones that are still around are probably like the hardcore supporters. I do match day vlogs. So I think a lot of rival fans, like not Forest fans in particular, they're like quite curious about what's going on over here. A lot of other clubs are just curious because they're like, what the hell is going on at Spurs? Like a lot of fans who don't know what's going on at Spurs, they're like, what is going on? You know what I mean? Like, because they see the news when like we've always been a bit of a laughing stock, but this is like the worst it's ever been. So a lot of fans are coming into the fold being like, oh, maybe Spurs actually are going to get relegated now. So there's Leeds fans coming in because they're here for the relegation fight. West Ham fans, not so much, actually. West Ham fans, not so much. And I mean, I did a West Ham vlog. So I think it's more like Forest fans because Forest fans and Tottenham fans would rather West Ham go down. I think we'd rather West Ham go down. And there are some like West Ham fans who would rather Leeds go down. But I don't know I think Leeds are still in it, but we've got to play Leeds. QPR fan. Oh, yeah, we've got a lot of Championship fans coming in now as well. Dominic. Oh my gosh, we have loads of you. Everton fan, Newcastle fan. Oh my gosh, you guys need to give us some trauma therapy. Although Everton didn't get relegated. But yeah. I mean, what do you guys think of Newcastle fans? What do you think of Amanda Staveley? Because we have had some Newcastle fans who would say that they would want her back. I don't know if we'd actually want. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, anything's better than Levy, I guess. Football did exist before the Premier League. You're a Tottenham fan. Do we have any left? Has everyone left the chat? I'm putting the light on. Yeah, I don't know if we have any left. What? Bright. Yeah. Oh, are you Choppy? Are you a Newcastle fan? So you guys liked Amanda. A lot of Newcastle fans have said that, to be fair. A lot of Newcastle fans have said that. Look, if she has the money, I'd take anyone over Levy. Just get him to sell his stake. I don't know whether she has the money to invest. I mean, it's not her, it's like the partnership, isn't it? So I don't know if they'd buy it for $1 billion, though. I don't know if they'd buy it for £1 billion. Maybe nearer like 600 million now. Maybe they could get a good deal. Now would be a good deal to buy from Spurs. Shamrock Rovers fan, no, you're not. Your picture gives you away. Hi, Paul. Brighton fan, if you follow our model with your resources and name pool, Spurs would compete at the top. Yeah, I mean, we don't have a model. We don't have a business model. I found myself on LinkedIn last night looking at all the roles of Spurs and how many staff we had. Like, we have between 800 and 1,700 staff, 1,800 staff in total, and like 800 full-time employed staff. Like, that number varies, 700-800, but I mean, it's a big operation, you know. So, I mean, Land should be taking a pay cut. Someone did comment that Lange had like a pay rise, but like there's no evidence to support that. There's no evidence to support that Lange is on 600 grand a year. There's no evidence to support that. The vultures are circling our club. I know. It's funny, isn't it? Darlington FC. QPR fan. Wow, there's a lot of QPR fans. I mean, it is interesting. I mean, I don't really care. Like, I think you need to learn from other clubs. Yeah, so Arsenal fans are here because my match day vlog from the Arsenal game has been my most viewed vlog that had almost 20,000 views. That's my most viewed video so far, the Arsenal vlog. Unfortunately, I'd love to be doing the match day vlogs and we actually win, and then the Spurs fans will want to watch them. But I guess Spurs fans are watching them and you guys are relating to how I'm feeling. And then the rival fans are just here to laugh at us, which is a sad state of affairs. But hopefully one day we can turn it around. I'm still optimistic for that. I just don't know just yet when that will be. Good evening, Everton fan. Dyche will keep you up. There's been a lot of noise about Dyche. There's been a lot of noise, yeah. Yeah, our business model is what singers we can get next. And do you know what? We didn't get as many concerts last year as the year before. And I think that that's going to be reflected in the accounts this year. We've had like quite a few NFL games. I think the Saracens game was there yesterday at the stadium. But things like the women's game, they charge like 25 pound a ticket. I don't know how they make money from those games. They only open up 1 or 2 sections, but it's still a very big operation to have the pitch and everything. They need the groundsman and everything. So I don't know how much. It's really tricky, like getting all these concerts, so the thing on the concert conversation, okay, is that because we have this model of debt, you need to have diversification in your portfolio. And I know a lot of fans say that the heart of the club is not the football. But when Levy said the money from those concerts is being reinvested back into the club, it does balance our books for PSR because it's income into the club. So from that perspective, it's actually needed. Like from a business financial perspective, it's needed. Obviously, it's not working on the pitch, but that's because the business model is flawed because we're just losing money, right? We've got to a point now where our outgoings are outweighing how much our position is making us in the Premier League. Finishing 17th is a massive drop-off from finishing, in 4th place, which is where we were when we moved into the stadium. So this whole diversification model is needed. It's needed from the perspective of keeping up with PSR and regulations and not going into administration. It's basically the reason why we wouldn't go into administration, because even if the football suffered, you'd still have a stadium, but arguably you won't be playing football in it. And that is the biggest problem for football fans. Beyonce FC. Yeah, I mean, I don't even really like Beyonce, so I don't even care. Don't even care about Beyonce. Oh, I really don't care about Beyonce. Are ENIC just there to take money out the club? No, they don't take any money out the club. They don't take any money out the club. You got to think of it. It's like in football, in business, it's a tied up asset. It's not cash rich. It's not like they're taking revenue every year. It's not like they're taking money out of the club. They're not taking a payday. They're making a loss. They put in 250 million pounds. They put in 250 million pounds in the last 3 years. Like people who are saying they're taking money out of the club, I think it's just this perspective that because the club's not succeeding, they're just stealing money. But I think they just have the failed business plan in the sense that they haven't recruited footballing heads at the top. They don't have a director of sport. They don't have a director of football. We have no one in charge of the football side. We have no manager, no coaches, no physical coach, no goalkeeper coach. So it's not necessarily about, I mean, it's both the business model and the footballing side. We just lack on both fronts, but they're not necessarily taking money out at the moment. They're hemorrhaging money in. It's a failing business. It's a failing business project. And the reason for that is because the football's failing. And I think they're realizing now the mistake that they made, but it's too late, too little, too late. And even if they had realized that that was the mistake they made, they still haven't recruited a director of football, have they? They knew Paratici was leaving back in November. They knew Paratici was leaving back in November. And they didn't plan for it. They could have planned for it over Christmas. They could have planned for it over New Year. They could have planned for it during the international break. No, they've just let it roll on. And now we're come April and we need a new manager. And we have no one internally on the inside who can put forward recommendations. I mean, I know that's not necessarily the sporting director's job, but like at least they understand football. At least they understand the game. We have no one that understands the game. Tragic. Do you think you'd fit it in the Championship? No. Simple answer. No. They'd probably get somewhere between 30 and 40,000. So the capacity of the stadium is 62. I think they'd probably get about 30, 40. You'd get a lot of people who wouldn't renew their season tickets, but you would get a lot of people who, if it's cheap enough, they'd just buy it. They would just take a punt. But no, they definitely don't fill it. We're not filling it now in the Premier League. We're not filling it now. They're probably getting about 50,000 people to a game. It's a big loss. Revenue loss. You can see it on the balance as well. On the balance sheet, they're making a massive loss because less and less people are going. And that is why when people say don't go to the games, even though you're losing, when you have a season ticket, you've already paid. You've already paid for the games. But no, we don't fit it in the Championship. I tell you what we probably do is the away fans. We probably give the away fans more tickets. And we make their price extortionate because they'd want to come just for a day out. The away fans, can you imagine if this whole joke about Lincoln, like they'd actually come, Derby, the fans, they'd actually come for a day out and like we charge a premium for that. Like that's how greedy they are. Oh, they're so greedy, Nick. They just like charge more for the away fans because it could be a one-off. They might never get to come to our stadium again. Our women need more support. Look at the number of fans. I mean, yeah, different vibe. I don't know. I mean, I personally don't really follow the women's game. I watch like the Euros and like I watch the odd highlights on Spurs play, but I don't know. I don't want to be like, I'm not like anti-feminist. I think it's amazing that women play. I think it's amazing. But the only female sport that I really watch is like tennis. Tennis is probably the one that I watch the most. But like, yeah, women's football. I think you have to like follow the game a bit more. West Brom fan. Hi, Leon. I definitely wouldn't recommend Ryan Mason. Thanks for that, Leon. Our players were often out of their preferred positions. Oh, well, he'd fit right in at Spurs. He'd fit right in. We love doing that, playing players out of positions. His substitutions were lackluster, and we have always lacked a cohesive game plan. Interesting to hear. See, I think it's interesting to hear from rival fans. I think it's interesting because you learn a lot about other clubs and what's working and what's not working, you know, and yeah, interesting to hear from a West Brom fan. Look, the difference is that we've had Ryan Mason before. He's Spurs through and through, so that's why people want him. Do I think he can win us 2 games? Probably not. And any manager that comes in is going to play people out of position. That's what I think. Any manager that comes in, Udogie needs to step up. He hasn't been called. I hope all these players are training their socks off right now. I hope they are training their socks off if they're not at the internationals. I'm nearish Watford. So it takes me probably a couple of hours on a game day to get to the stadium. Like I was thinking about this the other day. Like I can spend like 6 hours on a weekend going to Spurs. 6 hours going to Spurs and back to watch the dross that we've been seeing. So when you guys say, Sarah, why aren't you so positive anymore? That's why. Spurs QPR would be a great derby. Yeah, I don't know. Who's Michelle? I don't know who Michelle is. I'm a Sunderland fan and you will probably beat us on the next game. I hope you're right, Gordon. I hope you're right. But you guys did well to get 3 points off Newcastle. You're on a high right now. Some of you are saying Sean Dyche is incoming for sure. Interesting. I mean, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. It probably is a better fit, to be honest. Probably is a better fit. Did he manage Odebear? Did he manage Odebear? There might be some connections. Richie was there the season before Everton. I'm trying to think, has he got any connections with the players? I mean, he's a free agent. He's managed sort of like relegated teams before. He probably is the better fit, if I'm honest, Sean Dyche. It probably does sound like a better fit. Everton are getting a lot of sporting events, apparently more profitable than concerts. Yeah, crazy. Maybe we get 45,000. Yeah, I think so. Over 46,000 fans watched Our Ladies. Really? How much is a ticket for Spurs? Depends where you sit. Season tickets or the individual tickets. The individual games can vary. Cat C to Category A. Category A games are probably, well, where I sit, which is the North Stand, which is not the most expensive seats. An A game is about 96. A B game is about 84. And a C game is like 60 something, 68 or something pounds. So the cheapest tickets for a C game, and bearing in mind, we only have about 3-4 Category C games because last year, that greedy bunch at the top, they took out a lot of the Category C games and they made them Category B games to get more money back. That is how sneaky they are. So they made more Category B games and they changed it last year that when you so if a season ticket cost you, I don't know, £1,800, for example, you used to be able to sell your ticket back to the club at face value. Now it's a flat rate. It's a flat rate of £64. In other words, if you can't go to a big Cat A game, let's say a Chelsea game, which is a guaranteed ticket to sell, or an Arsenal game, even though the ticket's £96, you still only get £64 back. That's how they've done it this season. So essentially what I'm saying is that they're trying to stop people shifting their Category A and Category B games, and they're just offering a flat rate back. And this is one of the reasons why fans are so disgruntled, because they don't want to go to the games. But then if you're giving up a Category A game, you don't get the money back for it. You basically lose money either way. You lose money either way. I don't know I think Everton might be a Category B. I think Everton might even be Category A. There's barely any Category C games. I'm sure there's only like 3 or 4. It's greedy. That's what they did. So yeah, in answer to your question, it varies. Generally, you can probably get a ticket between 60 and 110. But if you are a season ticket holder and you sell your ticket back to the club, you make an average. You get back an average for every single ticket. It's about 60. Where we sit, it's about £64. Something roughly. So yeah, it's very sneaky what they've done. A QPR ticket is around £40. Well, Richard, this is the problem that the conversation has turned to, because it looks like if we carry on this trajectory and the worst case scenario happens, Spurs have already announced that next year the season tickets are going to be renewed, but they're not going to be increasing the price. So the argument is, okay, well then £1,200 for a season ticket is too much in the Championship. So if you're paying £40 a ticket, and how many games is in the Championship? Is it 44? Half of those are at home. So it's about £880 a year. About £880 a year. QPR. But it's probably less than that, right? QPR? I mean, if Spurs reduce their season tickets to £40 a year, £40 a game, I mean, people will probably be more likely to renew. But yes, away fans, it's capped. I think it's £35. That is across the Premier League, though. That is across the Premier League. Away tickets across the Premier League, the ruling is that it's £30 or £35 is the maximum any club can charge to their away fans. So that is not just Spurs. That's across the board, across the Premier League. I don't know about the Championship. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Ross. Exactly, Ross. Yeah. Hey, everyone. Yeah, show your support, like and subscribe. We've been on for 2 hours talking about this, and we still haven't come to any conclusion about who our manager should be. We have come to no conclusion whatsoever. We have more questions than answers. We have more questions than answers. We don't know who the manager's going to be. We've made our own shortlist in this community. You guys have been helping make the shortlist. There's our shortlist. Loads of managers on there. And I don't know who's coming and who's going. Oh dear, but the likelihood it is probably, from what people are saying in the chat, I think it's probably Sean Dyche. It's funny that the whole De Zerbi conversation has gone awfully quiet, but it's also not surprising. Yeah, 20% of your crowd. Yeah, well, that is about 20,000, maybe less, because you've got to bear in mind that the away tickets account for, I think it's like 2,500, something like that. So you have 62,000 capacity, say 60,000 are home fans. Some of those are corporate as well. So those tickets probably go for less. So you're probably looking, probably about 48,000, 40,000 or 48, 50, something like that, 48,000. They'd put in money. They'd have to sell. Levy would have to sell his stake. They'd have to put in money. There are parachute payments. They'd have to sell some players. I mean, look, we're all talking as like defeatist mentality as if it's already happened, but I don't know. Oh, a lot of QPR fans. So random. Maybe it's not that random. I don't know. I've got friends who are Watford fans, but no QPR fans, funny enough. I know a couple like Bournemouth fans and like random fans like that. I say random, it's not that random. Like my friend has a season ticket to Barnet because he just likes to watch football and he just goes to the Barnet games because it's like, I don't know, £100 a year or something. And he just like enjoys going. Big up to you, Jimmy. Soft spot for Spurs. Oh, you're a Brighton fan. Well, if you've got a soft spot for us, can you just like give us the 3 points, please? Can you just give us the 3 points, please? Oh dear. Yeah, sad times. Oh, Dyche did run manage Richarlison. Yeah, I thought so. Odebear might be a bit young. I don't know if Odebear was in the squad then. Them, but it doesn't matter. Odebear's out for the season anyway. But I just wondered whether there was like any connections. You know, sometimes it's good to have player connections. Oh, is there a video of Dyche now at the pub? I saw the article, but I didn't know there was a video. Is there a video? Can I get this on here? Does this let me share? I'm such a novice, guys. Let me share. I don't know how to do it. I was going to try and share the video, but I don't know. Don't know how to do it, but it does look like there's a video of the TalkSport Sean Dyche. Yeah, a lot of people are saying yes to Sean Dyche. So it looks like everyone's done a U-turn on De Zerbi, or they never wanted De Zerbi in the first place. Do you think we are a big six club? This whole big six club question, I don't know what that actually means. I've got to be honest. I don't know what that means. We're talking in terms of football. We're talking in terms of finance. I think we are a big six club in terms of our fan base. In terms of our fan base, we have one of the biggest top six, for sure. For sure. I think the only teams that have bigger fan bases than us are Liverpool and United. But we probably have as big a fan base as Arsenal. We probably maybe even have a bigger fan base, or probably maybe as big a fan base as Chelsea, probably. The challenge we have going forward, is that we're losing a lot of young fans coming in. A lot of them are going to the Chelsea side. And I think, like, when you think about, the next generation of Spurs fans, like, I know a lot of people now who are Spurs fans and their kids are choosing not to support Spurs. So we also have like a very big international following, but I think that as well is starting to dwindle after Son left. And I think we can see the vacuum that Son left, because we had a lot of international fans from Asia, not just South Korea, from Asia in general, from Japan, from other countries in Asia. And I think that we've lost a lot of that. But I would say in terms of our fan base, it's underestimated how big we actually are. If you look at all of our social media, we compete with all the biggest clubs, for sure. Some might say Villa and Newcastle have bigger fan bases as well. But I still think we have a bigger fan base, I think. And also we're a London club, so that weighs in our favour as well, But in terms of footballing, obviously not. But look, big six clubs have all been through it. Chelsea have been relegated. It's not impossible, I think all teams have been relegated at some point in history. Even Liverpool have. Yeah, tickets are expensive. As a Forest fan, I would not let Dyche be our first team's coach driver, let alone our first team coach. Well, you guys are in a lot healthier position than us, and you just beat us 3-0. I don't know about the costumers, but we're definitely the best customers in the world. Yeah. Why, guys, why do you think Spurs fans are so bitter about this? This is why Spurs fans are so bitter. The prices are crazy. Yeah. This is why people say that Spurs fans are really bad fans. We pay the highest ticket prices, some of the highest ticket prices in the world. Not in the world, because America's prices, but in Europe, we certainly pay. I think it's like top 10 ticket prices. That is why fans are so disgruntled. In 5 years, you can spend £12,000 on a season ticket. 2 of those years, you finish 17th. It's crazy money. You can buy a car with that. It's crazy. You can put a deposit on a house. It's crazy money. It's just so out of touch. But then football has become like this. It's become commercialized. But yeah, it's a lot of money. And as I said, that's not even the most expensive ticket. It's not the most expensive ticket. We sit in the cheaper end. We sit in the end where you can get concessions. In the South Stand, it's more. In the West Stand, it's more. Dyche left Burnley in 22. Odebear, okay, so Odebear was there a year after. Odebear's injured. He's going to be out. Odebear's going to be out probably until at least next year, I'd imagine. Poor guy. He won't be playing for France, will he? Yeah, this is the trend across all football, though. It's a trend against all football. Yeah, smash the like button. I haven't said that yet. Yeah, like, subscribe, comment. hype. I don't know. Well, I don't know if it's the time to be hyping. It's just a depressing time. Yeah. One of those Sundays. God, it's 7 o'clock. I'm going to need to go in a minute. I'm going to have to make my dinner. What's 46? Oh, did I? Oh, okay. I said 44 home games. Oh, I'm a bit behind on the chat, guys. I'm really behind on the chat. Okay. I said 44 home games, 46. I stand corrected. 23 games. Okay. Still about £800 a year season ticket, isn't it? It's a massive drop. You're talking about halving the ticket price. You just can't see Spurs doing that. They need the money to bounce back up. This is the problem there. This is the predicament they're in. I explained it in that the real cost of relegation video that I did a few days ago. It's a real pickle they've got themselves in, because they're damned if they do and they're damned if they don't. Fans are so disgruntled by the whole situation. You vote Big Ange, Glenn Hoddle. Uncle Harry and Defoe. I'm not on board with that. I'm not on board. It's the situation's too drastic. What's happened? Have we got? Are you back? You were here 2 hours ago, Broadbean, and now you're back. Yeah, I'm still here. I'm driving myself mad. Oh dear. No wonder I'm going grey. No wonder. Yeah, no, we haven't got a new manager. Although the rumor is Sean Dyche. That is the strongest connections and the strongest rumors. However, some people in the chat have been saying that there was a video circulating of him on Talk Sport saying that he wasn't going to come. But I haven't watched that video yet, and I can't seem to get it up. So can't seem to get that up. But we don't move that fast, Broadbean. You should know that by now. Spurs don't move that fast. They don't move that fast. They take long enough to make a decision, let alone, hiring the next guy. Bring Ange. The Ange thing is very decisive. We've spoken about that quite a lot on this live stream. Very decisive. Every time Ange's name gets announced, it's either no, we hate him, or yes, he's God. It's like it's so polarizing, Ange. I think ultimately with Ange, it's a case of, do the players want to play for him? But I don't think he comes back in. Yeah, lock in. Exactly. 7 games left. Please, can I just do one vlog this year? Just one vlog where we win. Just win the Brighton game. Please, just win the Brighton game. And then at least I can actually genuinely smile and not have a manic laugh on my face when we lose. I mean, would you, Richard, you're a QPR fan. As a Spurs fan, we wouldn't pin our survival hopes on any manager. We would not pin our hopes on any manager, because we are beyond saving. We are beyond saving at this point. It's ENIC's undoing. It's manifested itself. Whatever trajectory we're on now, we're just in free fall. We're all just here. Whatever analogy is I used in my abandoned ship video. The abandoned ship video I did with my face mask on and the life jacket, the life vest. That's what it feels like. We're in free fall. It's hopeless, whatever manager we get. Just got to ride it out. And as fans, as a fan, I'm just here for the football, but there isn't even any football being played, unfortunately. But I'm just here to support the team and show up, because that's what you do as a fan. And I'd rather do that than not watch any football at all. Okay, average at the Hill Dickinson, £60. Although if you don't have a season ticket, you have to pay £60 membership to go into the ballot. Yeah, that's the same at Spurs. I think it's so if you want a ticket transferred, the membership is £55. That's really interesting, actually, because a lot of Spurs fans complain about how expensive. A lot of Spurs fans complain how expensive it is. Yeah. A lot of Spurs fans complain about how expensive it is, but I didn't realize Everton was actually more expensive than us. £60. I mean, at the moment, the membership is going for a tenner. The membership's going for a tenner. I mean, there's only 3-4 home games left of the season. I think there's 4 home games. Pretty sure. Will be Leeds, Brighton, No, Brighton, Leeds, Everton, 3 home games. 3 home games left of the season, £10. So that's £3 plus the tickets. It was £100 to go and watch your team lose. £100. That's the relegation fight. Okay, guys. Oh, I do. Do you know what? I do feel sorry for Tudor. I do. I do. We said he was a dead man walking. February the 14th said that he was a dead man walking, that he was just walking into the lion's den, and whatever manager came in, they were walking into a sinking ship. We said it at the time. You said it at the time. It just manifested itself. Oh, Dyche didn't manage Richarlison. I mean, it's irrelevant anyway. He has relegation experience. No, I don't. I couldn't trust the players to kick a football. I could not trust the players to kick a football, let alone manage themselves. Oh, we have a gift. Hello, 7SC. Gifted 1 Sarah Spurs in the Stands membership. Oh, you gifted a membership. Oh, thank you. I don't know who you gifted it to, but welcome aboard. Welcome aboard the emotional roller coaster that is Tottenham Hotspur. Welcome aboard. I don't know if anyone else has joined. Should I do any shout outs? I don't know if anyone's actually joined, to be honest. Let me have a look. We have a couple of new members. Adam Scoredraw, Horlock. Welcome, Adam. Welcome, Adam, to the Coys Collective. Scotty Norton, 99. Maybe it was Scotty that just joined, or I don't know if 7, you gifted that. So thank you very much. Welcome to the tribe. I don't know how that works, but welcome to the tribe regardless. The emotional roller coaster. I appreciate the support. Very much appreciated. You found me through Sava. Yeah, that was a healthy conversation, although all of these conversations now. Yeah. Why do I do subscribers only mode? Oh, because we have a lot of trolls. We are Spurs fans, and so we have a lot of trolls. And so the Gooners, or I don't know, do you know what? We never get Chelsea fans come here. Never get Chelsea fans. We get United fans. We get United fans, and we get a lot of Championship fans, as you guys can see. A lot of relegation teams. But yeah, it's really just to keep the trolls out, because they're probably not going to want to subscribe to the channel just to send trolling messages, and it saves me having to go through the chat and blocking everyone. But I've been, to be honest with you, I'm very grateful and very lucky with this community. Like, you guys are, I know that we can all be rival fans on football day, and we have the football banter, and I have football banter with my mates, and that's just completely normal. But I am very grateful as well to have such a lovely community that we're building as well. You know, because I think I like that we're building a nice community, not a nice community in that sense. You know, there's definitely arguments, and we definitely all have differing opinions. But what would football be if we all had the same opinion? You know, what would it be? We would all just be sitting here in the same echo chamber. So I think it's important to have different conversations. But yeah, it's really just that's, as I said, that's because we lost 4-1. That's because we lost 4-1. If we lost 2-0, it probably wouldn't be the same. But we lost 8-2 this season. So yeah. But they're quiet. They are quiet. The Gooners at the moment, look, other than Luke, who's just here, I don't know, just for fun, to laugh at us. The Gooners are quiet right now. They just got beat by City. They lost their first cup this year. One of their 4, 25% of their trophies they've already lost. So the Gooners, until they win something, the Gooners will be quiet. But when the Gooners, when they win their first trophy, they'll be back. They'll be back. But for the moment, they're pretty quiet. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Who was it yesterday? Someone was coming for me. Someone was coming for me yesterday. Was it like something, the India, was it India account? The India account, I don't know. They were like trolling me all night. Lily White's India was like coming for me yesterday, absolutely coming for me. They were like, I hate you. You said that fans shouldn't protest. Like, I never said that. I never said fans shouldn't protest. I think fans, if they want to protest. Doesn't mean I have to protest, but I have nothing against it. But yeah, it was really coming for me yesterday, to the extent that like he was putting on his story. He was putting on his story like yeah, all about how, yeah, it was just bad stuff about me, basically. But I don't care. I don't care. Whatever. It is what it is. Have you got any gum? Why do I need gum? Do I need gum? Can you smell my breath through the screen? Oh, dear. But yeah, I do want to go and make dinner. I just subscribed to your show. Thank you very much. Welcome. We're on the march to 5K. We're on the march to 5K, guys. I don't think we can do 5K in 3 months. That would be kind of wild. That would be wild because we've got a week. We've got a week until it's 3 months. But I think we've almost hit 250,000 subscribers, views. That's pretty big for a channel that started not so long ago. But I would also say I would much rather us to win games. Yeah, 235,000 views. I think we could probably get to 250 by then. That's a massive achievement, massive milestone. Like, I'm grateful for everyone joining. I'm grateful for you guys having a conversation with me in the chat, because otherwise I'd be sitting here being like licking my own wounds, being like, when's this next manager coming? Why are we so crap? Why can't we just make a decision about anything? Why are we so underprepared? Why is our board so underprepared? Oy vey, I can't take this anymore. Exactly. It is the manager merry-go-round again. We just do the same thing. What's for dinner? I think I'm having a quiche and salad. I need to like make up for the weekend. I've had a really unhealthy week. What's your secret for getting so many views? I don't know. You guys tell me. The fact that Spurs are so bad? I don't know. Although I have been, as I said, for the OGs that were in the room, for the OGs, they'll know, because when I started this channel, I think my content's got a bit better. It's still not perfect, but like I'm trying to learn as I go and trying to improve things as I go. Like I rewatched some of my first vlogs. Actually, I rewatched my West Ham vlog. And it was like a 20-minute vlog, and there really wasn't a lot of content of me at the actual stadium. More recently, and especially since I got my new phone, which is better quality, I've been a bit more engaged. I've got more confidence. I've got a lot more confidence doing the match day vlogs. Like I'm not very confident like filming in public, but last game I got recognized like 5-6 times. I got recognized on the way in. I got recognized by the water fountain. I got recognized by the guy in the seat next to us. So it's kind of crazy. I mean, it's great. I love it when you guys come up to me. I appreciate it. You know, it's cool. It makes me feel part of the community as well. But yeah, I mean, I don't think we would have got so many views if we were like doing mediocre and we were like 10th. I don't think people would care as much. But I would much rather it be a situation where we're like fighting for 4th, but that's just not where we're at. So yeah, you're on board, Molo. Welcome to the Coys Collective. Welcome to the Coys Collective. Yeah, well, I'm tired of being angry as well. That's why at the games now, I'm just kind of like, it's not mad laugh. It is mad laughing a little bit, but I just know that we're bad. We just know that we're bad. So like, what's the point in getting angry about it? You know, what is the point? It just is what it is. The players are the players. The mentality is the mentality. And until nothing changes, nothing's going to change. And you can change the manager, but it's bigger than the manager. So, yeah. You've got to make your kids dinner. Well, I've got some quiche here if you want. Not very exciting, but yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah. Stressful times. But yeah, I made it subscribers only because we had, I think it was the Arsenal game. I did a debrief from the Arsenal game and we just had so many hundreds of people coming in, just spamming it. It was just easier. It was just easier. Anyway, right, guys, we've been on for almost 2.5 hours and I need a rest break. So I'm going to go make some dinner. We'll see what happens during the week. If there is an announcement. So as I said to some of you guys, or like some of you have been watching, welcome to anyone that's new around here, new subscribers, welcome in. I think we've had over 120 people subscribe to the channel since I've been doing this live. So welcome aboard. I've got mental health week this week. Maybe I should be bringing that to this community. But I've got mental health week this week. So yeah, maybe I need to be bringing some of that. Maybe I should just like go live while I'm presenting in this company and doing a mental health week. I can just like film it on the side and you guys can benefit from it and like how to control things. Yeah, so maybe when the next manager is announced, depending when that timing is, I will try and jump on live. I'm generally, and you guys know, I'm generally quite proactive, you know. So as soon as I see it, if I'm around and available, then I do try. Oh, thank you very much, 7SC. Sure, if people are going to troll, they can sub to do it. Yeah, exactly. But then they just unsubscribe. So I don't know what's right or wrong. I don't know. I just want to, I don't know, keep it a constructive place, I guess. But the bigger the channel gets, the harder it becomes to moderate, the harder it is to like catch people. Generally, you guys in the chat are like really good at like pulling people up and reporting comments, and anything that's too personal, it generally does get reported and removed. But yeah, I do try and read everything. I'm actually quite fair. Like I don't really delete comments. I don't think I ever delete comments. I don't even report comments really. Like even if people say something bad, I just think like it's not really a reflection on me. You know, I'm just trying my hardest and that's all that I can do. And I just keep improving as much as I can. And it's a learning process. And hopefully in another 3 months from now, these videos will be even better. And maybe England win the World Cup. 3 months from now? No, a bit soon. March, April, May, June. No. End of the World Cup's July, isn't it? So maybe a bit soon for that. But by then, we'll know what league we're in. We'll know probably who our next manager is. Although if it is Poch, that wouldn't get announced till after the World Cup. Yeah, but I appreciate all of the support, the love, all of you guys that have jumped in today. I don't know how many people we've had on live today. I think it's been over 1,000. Yeah. So guys, stay tuned. I'm going to look into, actually, I'm going to make a note how to do pinned comments. Do people not care about the World Cup? Because I did a poll about the World Cup. I don't want to like do content that no one's interested in. So I need to do, I need to look into how to do a quiz. Add the plugin for that. We need that quiz plugin. I'm making myself a note. If no one's interested in the World Cup, then like maybe I just won't do another video on it. I don't know. I'll see what happens. But otherwise, I will, yeah, look into the thing and into the plugin, and then hopefully the next video that I do will be about the new manager. However, I think we're not going to hear, today's Sunday, we probably won't hear till Tuesday at least. I think we're not going to hear until Tuesday. I think it's going to be a case where they're still going to be negotiating this over the next few days, because as I said, they're also going to have to negotiate a new physical coach and a new goalkeeper coach, and maybe even some more backroom staff. There could be a bigger turnaround to come. We'll have to see. Latter stages of the World Cup. Okay, so if there's, look, we've got one more game. Maybe I'll do a quick update on some of it, you know. Yeah, I did a poll. It was very split though. It was about 75% said they watched it. Maybe because I double posted yesterday. It's the first time I've double posted in 2 hours. So yeah, maybe YouTube didn't like it. Anyway, right guys, enjoy your dinners or your mornings, wherever you are in the world. We hope for better days. We stay optimistic and we move forward. We push on. And I'll see you all guys in the next video very, very soon. Bye for now.